Travis, how did you find carnivore?
Uh, Man, I've had a rough ride. I'll start from basically where I was going to the hospital, and um, I was basically at the point where I had so much inflammation in my throat, I was choking on food almost every day to every other day, to a point where I'm like, I had to buy those those suction things to try to help pull stuff out just in case, because you never know when it's going to be too much. Luckily, I live across the street from a police station, so if I could attempt to bolt over there if anything crazy happens. But choking on food, man, is one of the most terrifying things I have ever been through in my entire life. Um, and I did it to myself. I absolutely did. I was a big time 20-year alcoholic. I wasn't just pounding drinks every single day. But the way I dealt with my anxiety was like my issue mainly was trying to fall asleep. So my alcohol basically started where I would do 1, 2, 3 beers a night to be able to actually tone down calm down my anxiety enough to be able to actually go to sleep. So, because I knew I'm not, I knew how important sleep is. And I knew that if I got lack of sleep too many days in a row, it really started jacking with my mental health. So, I was terrified to a point where I went to the hospital. I went to the doctor. I'm like, something's got to happen. I don't know what's going on. Um, I didn't ever correlate, I guess, the full on drinking as the problem. I just knew I've always had indigestion. Like I was popping Tums like it was candy. Um, we'll go into the other part, I guess, later. So how do I say this? So I went into the doctor. They basically did an endoscopy or whatever. It turns out I have Barrett's disease. So I have burnt out and just French fried all my internal esophagus or whatever. So the internal scarring inside there is pretty bad. So that's what was causing me to choke on my food, and the dysplasia is, I guess, what it's called. Um, she tried to put me on this panaprotazole, I think is what it's called, and she gave me a nightly pill of the pro Pepsid AC, I think is what it was. It's the over the counter kind. But it didn't make sense to me immediately. I was like, wait a minute, we have a high acidity stomach and you're trying to turn off my acidity. How am I going to break down my food? So immediately I was like, this can't be right. Like this is not going to be good long term. Like I was like, oh no. So I started looking into diets and like looking into at least a little bit of information. I didn't really come across anything that really triggered me into this kind of diet yet. Um, I just knew. I was like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat just real food. I'm going to go, I'm going to eat basically that my plate lie that they shovel down everybody's throat everywhere you go. So it's like I was eating really lean chicken breasts, trying to do minimal carbs like rice or whatever. But I was eating vegetables. I was doing like spinach salads, stuff like that. Like not enough fat at all whatsoever. So it was like basically not doing it healthily. I thought I was on the right path. It's like I'm eating real food. This has got to help change this. I did it for a little while. I lost a little bit of weight, obviously, because you're basically starving yourself at that point. Uh, Mental health didn't improve. I was on 7 different medications and I had anxiety and mild depression. So, at that point. So it's like I had 2 inhalers, an allergy pill. I've had allergies my entire life. Like even as a child, I used to have shots. Um, Never thought I was ever going to get rid of that. That was like nope. And my asthma, never thought I was ever going to get rid of that. Um, Ended up coming across this documentary. It was called Fat Fiction. Um, I have shared this video to 1,000 probably plus people. It basically proves the my plate is a lie, like down to a T. It explains like how the my plate's basically like 75% carbs. Only 1% of people on a diabetic diet actually get cured from that, even by their own website. It's crazy. Um, so I ended up understanding from watching that the importance of staying away from the seed oils, and The sugar, obviously, I had to back off the sugar quite a bit, and then upping the fat was a huge part of it. Um, Basically, everything started to flip on its head at that point. I started doing keto the correct way. I started to lose weight, stuff like that. I kind of plateaued after about 20, 30 something pounds. I started at like 262 pounds. I'm down to 150 right now. So I've lost a little over 112 pounds. And it took me about a year and 3 months to do it without working out.
And how tall are you?
I am 6 foot. And when I graduated high school, I was 185. So I'm even in better shape now than I was even in high school. It's crazy. Um, so I figured out the fat game, but it was still keto, and I still had my allergies. I still had asthma. I still was on 7 medications. Still had anxiety, still had depression. Nothing was getting. It had toned it down, but it wasn't. I wasn't fixed. I was still drinking at the time, but I wasn't like when I say alcoholic. I was drinking every day, but I wasn't getting hammered every day. It wasn't like just full blown. Don't get me wrong. I had my days multiple times, even through 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic. It was like mental health was jacked up. Everybody was stuck inside their own house. I was slamming beers, but it is what it is. I went through my times. Obviously, drinking for 20 years, you're going to slide in and out of the deep, of the deep zone. But I knew what I was doing was wrong. So it's like I tried, I'd say 5 days out of a week, I would stick to under 3 beers or 2 beers a day, tried to keep it toned down. But with all the keto and everything, it's like even that became easier to kind of back off and stuff like that. I ended up, what was it? I saw I was just watching YouTube one day and I saw Dr. Ken Berry's what was it? Lies My Doctor Told Me, when he was sitting there with Dr. Anthony Chaffee, and that was like a light bulb moment. I was like, oh no, like I am still doing this wrong. Like uh, I I just dove head first into it. Full carnivore. I think within like I don't even think it was like a week. I went to Sam's Club, bought a few pounds of meat, eggs, bacon, just loaded up, tossed everything I had, just went full bore in. Um, I decided right when I did that to drop the panaprotazole, the antacid pill, because I was like, okay, I'm going to start really actually digesting my food correctly because this is how it's supposed to be done, and hopefully this will fix it, kind of thing. Um, it was like not even a week to a week and a half in, I dropped alcohol like it was nothing, and I have never ever had that craving ever since. It's unbelievable. That pull is gone after 20 years of drinking. I still to this day do not even think about it. Like never, ever, ever. It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever been through in my life. About 4 months into carnivore, and I went strict. I was strict with the keto. I was strict with the real food, and I did the same thing with this. This is very important for me. So it's like I wanted to fix this. Like it terrified me. Um, Within 4 months, I fixed my asthma, gone. Both inhalers. I had COPD. I was doing a disc. I was doing a disc inhaler and a Pro Air like instant. Got rid of both of them. Got rid of my like even my allergies started to back off. It took me a year after starting carnivore to actually be able to drop my allergy pill. But the gut pills were gone, anxiety, depression gone, all within like 4 months. It was the most insane thing I've ever been through. Um, I have, yeah, I have been so loud about this, man, since I've been through this because it's so huge. It changed my life. So, but so I haven't stopped. Like I don't watch TV. I literally just learn it's like a light bulb flipped on. It's like being in ketosis, your brain and heart work like 25% more efficiently. So um it's like my brain turned into a sponge. I cannot not learn right now. It's so unreal. And everything I'm learning is like, it's helping me even help other people even more. Like over the last I'd say 2.5 years, I've taken over 30 people off of diabetic medications. I mean, my neighbor upstairs, I live in an apartment at the moment. My neighbor upstairs, I've been helping. He's a real big dude. He's dropped like half his medications already. There's a guy named Jesse. I just took him off like not even a week ago off of injectables. He sends me a steak picture every single day almost, man. This stuff is so exciting. I'm changing lives and it's just so huge. So I appreciate what you're doing, what Dr. Ken Berry's doing, like the Healing Humanity group. You guys are changing lives, man. But sorry, it's emotional. This stuff is huge. But it's been a long road. Um, and it's like when it comes to the addiction stuff, I I'm gonna go a little personal here. Like younger, I had a pretty strict dad. My mother was more of a, flower child, like free, love you no matter what kind of. So it's like I had two different poles going at me, and it kind of turned me into a healer automatically, just because I was always constantly trying to heal wounds that I didn't even ask for. You know what I mean? So um, I was always searching for my father's approval. So I think that that is where my original anxieties started, and that's where I started, pretty early on, really needing something where I felt like something was missing. So it's like that's kind of where the alcoholism started. And it didn't stop. I mean, when I went to college, I was probably down in like, that was when I first had my first freedom away from house. I was probably down in 1.75 liter Captain Morgan rum every 3 days. Like it was not good. I was not in a good spot. Um, Went back home, everything like that, continued. I've always been a very social person, so very forward, very, hard on my shoulder, always helping people. I'm a very deep empath. I study deeply, I feel deeply. Like um, people always, tell me what they're going through, and I help them through that. Like I've been a healer for a very long time, but I just didn't know that this was the thing that everything's been training me for. It seems like. Um, Ended up becoming how do I say this? Okay, so I ended up getting a girl pregnant pretty early on. I was like 24 or something like that. Um, it was really early in a relationship. She moved up north to be near her family in Wisconsin. Um, I followed because it was my child, my first child. I was still young, still dumb, still out, Mr. Party Man, having fun, being the life of the party, life of the crowd. Um, Moved up there, and that's where the depression hit. I got away from my family, away from everything I ever knew, everything I was close to. So it's like by the time I got up there, it was like not only was I, starting to deal with a new issue, it was like now I'm still dealing with the alcohol thing, and then child sports gets settled, and then it's like, oh crap, now I'm broke as hell. So then what do we do as humans? We try to go cheap. So I was started to drink very cheap. I started to eat very cheaply, like just pizza rolls, freaking stupid. God, just looking back. Um, like, frozen pizzas, macaroni and cheese, didn't matter. Anything in a box, anything you could buy at the dang grocery store, a little stupid box, dumb, 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 dumb. I would even drink cheap. So I'd do like those little 4 packs of Steel Reserve where it was like $2.15 for a 4 pack of 8% alcohol per volume. So it's like I would only need to drink like one of those in a night, maybe two, to be able to actually, go to sleep because I was still dealing with the anxiety, not correlating the fact that it was my food, that a massive chunk of it was to do with my shitty diet. um, so, uh, Ended up I was a smoker, smoked a lot of cigarettes back then. I vaped um, years. I lived in Wisconsin for about 5 years, continuously just further into debt. Never got better with my food, always kept drinking, just, you know like I said, on and off on the pounding it or not, if I was really putting them down. But um, I ended up trying to quit smoking. I went to the doctor, tried to get that Chantix, the quit smoking drug. Wow. That drug tricks your brain into thinking that you do not need cigarettes. It gave me, within, I think it was like 2.5 weeks, it did get me to quit cigarettes, but I had a massive panic attack and it triggered something in my brain. I ended up getting some serious, my anxiety like quadrupled. And it stayed that way for quite a while. They threw me on Xanax. I never ever abused that because I already have known people in my life that have had issues with that. So I took it as prescribed every 4 hours. The problem is nobody tells you that the exact same feeling of coming off of Xanax is the exact same feeling of anxiety that you're trying to dissolve. So it's like you're still right back in that same cycle and you can't do anything about it. You're stuck. So now I'm drinking, doing Xanax, still eating like crap. I was poisoned, man, from head to toe. Not doing good at all whatsoever mentally. Just, it was bad. I never ever got suicidal, luckily. Thank God on that one. Never have been. I've always been a hopeful person. I've always believed that's just what empaths do. We believe in the best in people. So it's like I always felt that same way as myself. It's like I know I can somehow get out of this. I just don't know how. So um, I kept going down this road, and I ended up um, getting a DUI. Um, and within a month, I got a second DUI. They threw me in jail for about 40 days. I was so broke, so done. I was checked out, man. Like it was you can't be in more in the hole at that point. Uh, so when I got out, my dad basically picked me up, took me back to Missouri, where I'm from, and I. But okay, I will say this though. When I was in jail, they don't allow benzopines, so I ended up detoxing off of the Xanax. Within 4 days, I was not shaking. I didn't have any anxiety. I'm like, what? So now I'm pissed off. I'm like, so I've been taking 2 years, I was taking Xanax and I didn't even need it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, so I was stuck in that cycle too. Didn't even know it. Get back home. Now the depression still didn't go away because now I'm away from my child. So it's like, oh my God, like this doesn't end, you know? So this same course, I did stay off the Xanax, thank God, but I kept the drinking going on and off. I ended up dating an alcoholic. That was dumb. Um, so another couple years, 2, 3, 4 years, something like that. I still was down this road, man. Um, it's been a rough ride, man. But this diet has changed my life. So, but I never correlated how much sugar was the cause of all these addictions. Like supposedly you go online, you can see YouTube videos. Put a bowl of cocaine and a bowl of sugar in with rats. They'll choose the sugar every time. Like, why did I not know this? Why are these people lying? Like I've been mad for so long. Like I just been feel like we've been lied to and propagandized and man, it's tiring.
Part of the problem is as well, you don't realize that you're eating the sugar because a lot of the sugar is hidden because it's not sugar until you consume it, right?
Right, right. Like carbs, they turn to sugar. Starch turns to sugar. Nobody realizes it. It's like you look at a box, they have 200 different names of sugar now, so you can't even dodge it even if you tried. Um, it's like doing the elimination diet was, oh man, that was a game changer. Like immediately I could tell a difference. It was within days. I was like, oh my God, this is automatically life changing. I could see it very early on. So I stuck and I went hard and I started. I've probably watched 1,000 videos of Dr. Chafee and you know um, Dr. Barry and what you got Dr. Sean Baker, Kilts, like all of them. My God, uh, it's been a crazy ride, dude.
So, just to confirm, what is the timeline like? It's been a couple of years?
I have been full carnivore for let's see here. I'm going to go back just a tiny bit further. I went keto basically in 2022, in the very beginning of 2022. It was the very end of 22 where found the videos and started looking into carnivore. I quit alcohol January 1st, 2023. So I've been sober, what, 2.5 years, a little bit over. And I started carnivore like basically like 2 weeks before that. So I have been a carnivore just a little over almost yeah, almost 3 years ish, I think, something like that. And I don't, you know what I found over the time is like I started out as like beef, butter, bacon, eggs. Um, I've found that the stricter I get, like it took me a year or so to figure this one out too. It's like when you just go down to meat, salt, and butter, man, wow, it is a whole nother level. It's so crazy. Like and it's like people like look at you like it's so strict and you don't, you're not, how do you say it? Like you don't have any options. Like I love it. I love not having options. I love being able to never ever have to walk into a quick trip, to be able to buy stuff. Like I don't ever feel hungry ever. Oh, I forgot to eat. I can go out and just skip the whole day of eating. Like it doesn't even matter. Like I could go right now 3 days without eating. It wouldn't even like affect me. Like I'm like, it'd be like a meh. Okay, like nobody understands satiety until you are in full fat adaptation and like ketosis, and your brain is firing at all cylinders and your bowels and everything is just working so amazing. Like I don't ever have indigestion ever. I don't ever, like, even when I fart, it scares me. It's like, where did that come from? Like you don't even realize it's happening. It's like um the energy nonstop from the second you wake up to the second you go to bed. I mean, you can take a bite of butter and it's like taking a Red Bull. It's like it's unreal how this diet works. And um, I love biology and nutrition now. I'm just at the point where it's like I can't stop learning about all this stuff. It's so fun.
Mm.
But
So
go ahead.
the Barrett's esophagus, the choking, all that kind of stuff, all that's
It's
gone.
crazy. So what I have to do, it's still tight, but all I have to do is like the first bite is basically make sure I chew it really good, swallow it down, make sure it goes down good, and then if as long as the first one goes down good, I'm good to go. But if like let's say it's something dry or like a pork chop or something like that, like a pork chop bite, that one could get a little stuck. So I got to make sure I chew that one up, or maybe a little bit of water with it or whatever. But I do still have the Barrett's clearly, because I don't think that ever goes away. But I don't know, I haven't had an endoscopy since. So when I go back in there, which is probably because they told me they're going to have to re-see me in 3 years, but I stopped all that medications, I stopped all of it. So I don't have any indigestion, so I know there's not any more damage going on. Like I had a medium hiatal hernia that fixed. I had the what was it? What is it called? I had the acid reflux, obviously, um, just gone. Like no issues whatsoever ever. As long as I'm eating like 5 hours before bed, everything's digested. I don't have to worry. You just go to sleep. It doesn't matter if I go right to my belly. I don't have to worry about which side I'm sleeping on, because it's like I don't have any issues like that anymore. But um, it's like when I used to just pop Tums like they were candy. Like I thought that was normal. You see people like that do that normal, and it's like that ain't normal. None of this is normal. Like walking into a grocery store shouldn't even be normal. When you're looking at every single product in there and it's all plant based crap that they're just shoving down you, that's advertised right in your face every day, nothing is edible in there. It's like when you actually figure this stuff out, I go into Sam's Club and there's like 4 items I grab and I'm out, in and out, doom, done. It's so easy. Um,
Yeah. So in your area, is the weight, the obesity issue is pretty
oh,
standard compared to the rest of the states?
it's about 80% of people, I would say. I mean, that are overweight, not doing good. Like you get to this point where it's like I've been doing this long enough, I can look at somebody and be like, all right, they could do this and be a little bit better. You know what I mean? It's like you can see through, you can see people's skin on, like, when they got the spots and stuff like that. It's like you can see when people are unhealthy. You can see when somebody has like anxiety, for example. They can't look at you in the eyes anymore. Like, you can see people depressed because they're just by reactions. Like, so many people can be fixed by this. It's it's unfathomable. Like, in my opinion, where I'm at the point now where I've learned so much, where it's like our biology proves that we are carnivores, like, hands down. Like, you talk to vegans and it's like, oh yeah, we're doing good. Wait 5 years, dude. Wait 5 years. Your nutrient deficiency, your skin is pale. You're actually eating away at your own muscles and your fat, like, at the same time. It's not healthy. Go to Chat GPT and look it up, and it'll tell you you're wrong. Like, people are gonna, when AI really starts pumping and we start getting these doctors to actually pay attention to nutrition, it's gonna be so massive for our country. Like, what Maha is doing right now is huge for us. Like, just taking away the SNAP program crap off that, for example. Like, I wish I would, I never was on SNAP, but you have broke people sitting there having to use SNAP, and they're using it on soda and candy and chips and crap. It's like, that is never going to take them out of the system that they're in. You're going to be stuck in the same system forever, because that's their whole plan. It's the same thing with, like, the nutritionists. You go talk to a nutritionist, 9 out of 10 of them will shovel the My Plate lie down your face. It's like, it's unbelievable. You can't get away from it. It's everybody. It's all from above and above and above them. And it's like the sugar industry and what, the Ansel Keys thing. Like, people still believe the 75-year cholesterol lie. It's unreal. How?
Yeah,
Well,
it's some things just get repeated enough times that it
right.
just becomes common knowledge, so that if you actually say, "Well, hang on, let's look at this critically," people are
Mhm.
like, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist."
Right. Oh, I get called that religiously. And I don't care. It's like a badge of honor at this point. It's like, no, that you're just basically showing me that you literally have no critical thinking skills and you can't think for yourself. You can't plug A and B together. That's all you're telling me.
Yeah, I actually saw a conversation yesterday on X, and someone had questioned something about nutrition,
Mhm.
and like one of the first replies underneath was along the lines of, "You carnivores, why can't you just accept the science?"
Right.
And it's like that's one of the most stupid things you could say.
You are not kidding. It's like,
Science exists not to be accepted. Like, science exists. The whole thing about science is you're meant to be able to question it. If you
right.
can't question it anymore, it's religion.
100%.
It's
Shove
crazy.
down their throats. And it's like, what blows my mind also is, like, you got, I have people that have literally watched me go from 262 pounds down to 150 pounds, drop 7 medications, asthma, allergies, everything, and they still don't get it. Like, they still don't see what they're doing to themselves. It's like, how? How? I don't. It's. I'm at the point where it's like, sometimes it just does not make any sense to me how people don't see what is happening right in front of them. Like, you can show people truth. I can literally show them the truth, and they still just whoop, see right through it. Don't pay attention to it. Don't care. Like, that. That's one of the craziest parts to me, is like, people don't care even to look into this. Like, I can show somebody a video. I can send it to them. They're like, I'm not even gonna watch it. Like, huh? Like,
I
you're dealing with all this stuff, and you don't think that I might be able to help you just a little bit? Like,
I think in some ways what you just said there reminds me of, why a lot of people stay in bad relationships.
ah,
It's They feel like in some ways it's more comfortable to stay in the bad relationship than the discomfort of getting out of it.
um,
And I think the same goes for food.
yes, 100%. I'm still dealing with one on that one, and I will say this: the ignorance, it's almost unpalatable. Because, I mean, when you have a 10-year-old son that's pooping bigger than you and occasionally has blood coming out, that's a problem. And when you've been trying to wake this person up for years and they don't see it, I don't know what to say. It gets to a point where it's like, hmm, like, are you just intentionally trying to hurt me? Or are you, because you can't be intentionally trying to hurt your own child. That doesn't even make any sense to me. But I don't know, man. Some people just, you cannot wake up.
Right. So, you did talk about how you've managed to help some people, like the guy that lives above you, and so
Right.
forth. Like how are you approaching people, or are they coming to you?
Normally, what happens is I'm on like most of the time I'm on like carnivore Facebook pages and just smashing out real information. And what ends up happening is people like it, or they'll question me or whatever, and then I'll be like, hey, or I'll send them to my page because I have like a pinned guide on my page that I took 2 years to create, and it's just a normal kind of step by step. Here, do this, do this, do this. This is what you should kind of prioritize, stuff like that. And then usually just people will start messaging me. So then I always answer questions. I mean, there was a point where I was talking to five, six, seven people a day. Um, but when it comes to personal life, like, yeah, I will approach like people that I know, like, and I'll just talk about this generally because it's like, this is a massive passion of mine. Um, and I know so much about it. So people, once I start talking, they realize real quick, oh man, he definitely, and they start to listen. They really do start to pay attention. Um, but I've been bold enough to approach people I do not know out in public, don't care. And I'm not an asshole about it. Like, I don't come out and just, hey man, you're fat. No, it's not what I do. But like what I do focus on is like if there's a larger person and they have kids, that one bugs me deep because I know that what they're doing is doing that to their kids. So, and being a person who's gone through that, eating like crap, like even, I'm a 90s kid. That was when all the processed food came out. My mom didn't know any better. Like, I'm not blaming her. She didn't know. Like when you're sitting there looking at a heart healthy label on a box of cereal, you're supposed to be like, oh, I can trust that. But no, my brother ended up getting diabetes. I ended up getting mental health issues and anxiety. It happened. I'm not mad. It took me 20 years, something plus to figure it, 40, shoot, 30 years to figure it out. But I'm here now. I'm alive. I'm kicking and I'm saving people. So I feel good about myself every single day. Um, yeah.
What one of the things you mentioned there about when you see a larger person somewhere and they're with their kids.
Hmm.
One of the really sad things about, society generally is that someone who is larger, but then also their kids probably are on the larger side as well as the kids are growing up.
Yeah.
They through indoctrination, marketing, whatever it is, they will think, "Oh, well, it's just a genetic thing. I'm
Right.
bigger, so they're bigger." And it's not. It's just that the habits that they have, which are not necessarily their fault, because you can't blame someone when they've been educated in, that low fat, no cholesterol, processed
Right.
food is healthy.
Right.
um, they're feeding that same thing to their kids. So it's genetic in the fact that it's coming from the parents,
Right.
like
It's learned.
actions. Yeah.
You're watching your parent feed you crap, and it's like you don't even realize you're not correlating. I never correlated it. It took me till I mean, shoot, till I was like 40 to figure it out. You know what I mean? So it's like I get it, and it's like you don't think, most people don't realize that they don't care about our health. It's about the money. They like all these products. They're trying to sell you. That's why they make them bright and colorful and have advertisements. Like, they're trying to sell you. That's the whole point. In the pharmaceutical industry, for example, they're not going to make any money by telling you the truth about the American Diabetes Association my plate. It's just a fact. They're not going to keep making their money, and that is a massive money train that they have going right now.
Yeah, I mean, and just speaking of the American Diabetes Association, they have 0 incentive to actually help people,
100%.
because if they were able to help people and properly educate people about what causes diabetes, then they cease to exist. They become irrelevant. No one needs them anymore.
Yeah, people figure out the high fat, low carb, like six pharmaceutical companies will go out of business. Like done. You don't. People don't need doctors. They don't need hospitals. They don't need vaccines. Even in my opinion, when you're actually eating healthy and everything's working correctly, you don't have any mental issues. You don't have any. You don't have any physical issues. You're dropping medications because your weight's normal. Like I didn't do this to lose weight, and I would continue to do this even if I was 265 pounds still. No, not even a thought. The mental health alone, I will do this for the rest of my life. The mental clarity, being able to think for yourself, like being able to understand and never have brain fog and have this energy that just does not stop. Being able to sleep, like, oh my God, like you go from an 8, 9 hour sleeper to like a 6, 7, but you're so much more energized. You get so much more sleep in that 6, 7 hours than you ever were getting, even on the 8 or 10. Like, people don't even understand that, like, napping, you're not supposed to be napping. Like, that's not a part of life. You're not supposed to be tired. You're poisoned.
Right. So just on sleep, sleep's something I wanted to ask you about because you talked about how you'd been using the alcohol to get you to go to sleep.
Yes.
What wasn't was that kind of one of these things that's a little bit like it was actually acting against itself? Like, because I remember alcohol would make me go to sleep, but it would
Yeah.
also wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Was it like that for you, or were you drinking enough that it just knocked you out completely?
Uh, I guess it depend on my anxiety level. Like, cause there was, I'd had worries. Like I'm an empath, like I said. So it's like, I feel deeply. Like if I'm dealing with more stresses in life, then yeah, I would have to drink a little bit more to be able to do the sleep thing. But if I was kind of okay, everything's okay-ish, then I would just be dealing with just the anxiety I had on me. So then it would like be, I could just drink one or two and probably be okay and still get enough and be okay. But yeah, there was definitely times where I had to do an extra beer or something like that to be able to, just pass out. But I wasn't ever trying to just drink till I was literally passing out. That's not what I was trying to get at. But I mean, I was smart enough to realize that something was wrong and I just didn't know what it was or how to fix it. But I could never, ever, and I still to this day, I can see it around everywhere. Nobody correlates what they're eating to their health. It does not compute on so many levels.
Yeah, I find it kind of sad thinking back at my own life when I hear people that maybe they're overweight, maybe they're not feeling good, maybe there's some problem, and they're thinking, or they're saying, I just need to exercise more.
Right.
And I feel like that's the mindset I was in for a long time. And it's like,
Right.
it's got nothing to do with your exercise.
Nope. I did
It's
not do any
got to do with the
exercise.
kitchen.
Hmm. Your gut is literally the cure all, just about. It's you fix your gut, you just about fix everything in your life. And I'm talking about your outside stresses as well. Because when you're not dealing even with your own stresses in life, because everything's just so everything's just turned down and you not a worry, then your gut just fixed your outside life too. Everything correlates to how you're eating. Period. And it's like I was that idiot. I was going out to bars, I was going to having fun, I was just eating fast food like all the time. Like never ever was I healthy with my eating. Until it just hit me. That man, Dr. Barry, that's one thing I love about that dude is he tells it like it is. He is not scared to call somebody stupid as well. It's people need that. They need the smack in the face sometimes because I didn't have that at all. And I wish I had that. People told me, oh, yeah, you should probably quit drinking. But nobody was ever like, dude, you need to freaking quit drinking, and get up in my face and make it real. I never had that. I needed that.
Yeah.
Uh, so I
There's
am
not
that.
enough of that now. There really isn't enough of people being, told the truth.
Right. So I'm like Dr. Truth Bomb on Facebook and I don't care. I'm that big I don't give a guy.
Mm. So, what does a normal day look like for you as far as your menu plan goes?
Oh man, I try to usually stick to the two in a day. I'm still a two meal. Man, what was it like? Well, when you first start out a carnivore, you're trying to eat till you're full every single time, no matter what. When every time you're hungry, it took like a week, I think, not even 4 days to a week, somewhere in there, and I was down to two meals a day easily. But I had learned so much from Dr. Ken Berry. I knew to eat till I was full and just wait till you're hungry and eat like a lion again, like period. So I did that, and so basically, I would eat about a ribeye, like a 16, like a pound ribeye, 16-ounce ribeye, like 2 3 eggs, and maybe even like a half a pound of bacon. Like I was eating a lot. I'm like, this is awesome, and I was just washing weight off. Like I was like, how is this? How does this work? I'm eating so much food. uh, but it's like you're not though at the same time. So it's like I'd go 6 hours, 7 hours till I'd eat again, eat till I'm full. Then you're going 18 until you eat again. So it's like you're natural fasting almost every day now. But the best part about it is no inflammation. So you have like no stress. Your body's happy. Your energy is full because we are once you're fat adapted, you're eating for energy. So it's like I already know if I'm going to go have a busy day, I just make sure I put down an extra 4 ounces or so, or try to, because it's like I know I'm going to need that energy. I don't snack. I don't need it. I stick to water. I salt a lot. Baja Gold, that's good stuff. Um, Grass-fed butter. But basically, now I'm at the point where it's like I've been doing this 2.5 years, so it's like I'm at the point now where I don't care. I will eat hamburger every single meal forever. And I'd be fine with that. Like it's like you turn into a dog almost. Like you just like I can eat cold hamburger right out of the fridge and it's that's good. It doesn't even bother me now.
Yeah, I think that the removal of options is one of the best things about this way of eating. Like, because we've allowed ourselves to be trained into the notion of needing variety, but we
Right.
actually don't. No other animals out there feeling like we need variety.
Yeah.
It's only us.
How
And
many fat lions do you see?
right.
Anybody? Go find me one, please, because they're eating their natural diet.
Mm.
Not happening.
But you do find a lot of fat dogs. You do
Yeah.
find diabetic dogs.
What are
The
they eating?
interesting thing is we
Mhm.
feed them
Right.
and they make
Plant-based kibble.
yeah, companies make a lot of money out of convincing us we need to feed particular things to our pets, and as a result, the pets get sick.
Yeah. It's like what if you just go back in history, how we actually used to feed our pets. It was off your plate. It was the meat. You were literally just feeding them what we were feeding them. Like you weren't going to the store to buy kibble, like or any of these fake foods. So they're now getting human diseases because we're feeding them human food. I mean, like human made processed crap. It's like it's unbelievable. It doesn't stop.
Uh, yeah. So I guess at this point you're pretty strong on carnivore. It's carnivore forever.
Oh man, I will like I probably I'm not I will have an occasional fruit. Like I'll throw an apple in here every once in a while. I'm not crazy. Like my son, he comes over. Oh man, he is so awesome. So he gets it. I've been training him, teaching him since I've been doing this. So he's 10 years old and he knows a lot more than a lot of people, like even around him. So it's like he comes over here and about 80% of the time he'll be like, I'll just flat out be like, all right, do you want meat and fruit this week? Or because he already knows vegetables, done. He don't care. He gets it, figured it out real quick. It was easy. I don't like them. Kids don't like them for a reason, people. It's not made for us. And they're just chock full of anti-nutrients and they're bio-warfare. What do they want to do? They want to live. The plants want to live. So they have toxins and I mean, clearly it took me a year after dropping him to be able to get rid of my allergies. That's insane. That's a lot of toxins. I mean, I will say that I was smashing a spinach salad every day for quite a while at the end there, so my oxalate content was way up. Didn't realize that one until after the fact, but luckily, no kidney stones. Dodged that bullet. Um, but my son, so he comes over here. Um, he'll eat, like, I'll usually be like, all right, you want some fruit and meat this week, or just we kept it like that for quite a while. Like, so he's basically all real food when he comes over here, only like a few apples here and there. And like, basically meat. He loves chuck roast, frozen 8 hours low in a crock pot. Ugh, yum. Loves that. He calls it string. Dad, I want string. Um, so like pork chops, he likes pork chops, wings, stuff like that. But he's all real food, just a little bit of fruit. He knows about ketosis. He understands it. He sees me always aiming for it because I feel so good on it, and he knows this. So he's been over here. I think it was a couple months ago. He was like, "Dad, I want to try ketosis." So he went all week, literally only meat. Third day, he was like, "Dad, oh my gosh!" Like he was like, "I feel smarter." He's like, "I have energy and I'm not hungry." I'm like, "You see, buddy, this is why Dad does this every freaking day, man." So I already know that, like, even though I can't wake up somebody else in his life, that he's going to be okay because he gets it. Even after the fact that when he gets older and stuff like that or whatever, he gets it. So that's one thing I won't have to worry about, thank God. But I at least had enough time with him to be able to shove enough information down his throat that he's on board. He's 100%. He gets it. Sorry, I just
A-
repeated myself a bunch, but
and the thing is,
excited.
that's something he will always carry with him.
Hmm.
So no matter what happens in his life, he always knows that if he's feeling unwell, he's got a cold, whatever it is, he always knows that if I'm not eating just the meat,
Right?
then if I go back that way, I'm probably going to feel better.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
always got that tool in his toolbox.
Yes. I mean, he knows I haven't been sick in like 3 years. It's crazy. I don't get sick ever. Like, I think there was like one time where I was like, I kind of feel a sniffle, but you wake up in the next morning, it's gone. People don't realize how quickly we heal. We don't even sunburn. Like, I can be outside for 8 hours straight and it could be 100 degrees and I will not sunburn. It's unreal. When you are straight strict on this thing and you don't play around and you're not, breaking ketosis all the time and you're kind of hovering in, um, your healing it doesn't stop. Like, even my eyes, like I went and got my eyes, like I'm getting older, so it's like one of my eyes is starting to get a little, but being carnivore, even that's going away. Like, it's unreal, man. You can't not fix. It's like, this is like the cure all. And it's weird to say that and be able to, and people be like, what, whatever. No, look into it. You can just about name. The craziest part is you can, like, there's so much information on carnivore now because Dr. Kim Berry and all these guys just pump it out so much. It's like, say you have diabetes, for example. It's like, type diabetes carnivore into YouTube. You're going to find a video. You have eczema, carnivore, plug it in. Almost everything. You will cancer, carnivore, dumb. Oh wait, what? Carnivore cures cancer? Yeah, literally starves cancer cells. Like, how would it not? So that means it would also, if you're thinking about it, would prevent it as well. People don't think about it. It's like, are you like waiting until you are, like until you get sick to start actually being healthy, or do you want to prevent everything in the future? So it's like, I'm that guy where I'm screaming it, like, do it now, start it now. This is why. Look into it. Hey, are you on any medications? If you're not looking into this, I don't really have nice words to say to you. Like, I'm in there. I'm in people's faces, man. I don't care. Like, people need it. They really do. But I know it seems crazy that I approach people like out in public and stuff like that, and I'm not scared to do that. But I used to be a bartender for a very long time, so I'm very good at talking to people and opening up and being real with somebody. I was a server for very, very long, and we would have shot contests, for example, or food contests. I would demolish second place by almost double every single time. I was very good at sales, so I am not scared to go approach people, and I'm not scared to tell my story. That is one thing that I've learned, is like being able to hold yourself accountable for what you've done in your life, and being able to, like, when I approach somebody, I'm be like, look, man, I was there, and I'll flat out show them a picture of me when I was huge. I'll be like, dude, I get it. Can I point you in the right direction and show you something? I mean, you have the right to say no, whatever, but I am a health coach. I've been doing this for 3 years. I would really appreciate being able to help somebody, being able to help point you in the right direction. And that's all I do. And if they say, oh, yeah, 99% of the time they say, oh, yeah, sure. And then what I do is I usually try to send them to Fat Fiction, because you can't just go straight carnivore with these people that are just brainwashed. You can't do it. It's too much. It doesn't process. It won't do it. So I usually send them to the Fat Fiction route, get them to watch this. I have them friend me on Facebook, have them watch it. If they watch it, awesome. If they don't, that is, I tried. It is what it is. But 90% of the time, they'll end up messaging me, man, that was like a wake up call. And I'm like, I know. This is why it's the freaking documentary that saved my life. Like, it changed the trajectory of everything for me. So I am not scared to push that out to people. And I've done it. I'm probably at 100 people right now that I've approached out in the last 3 years, just out front. I don't care, man. Like, I'm not doing it in a dick way. I'm not just being like, I'm very gentle with it. I'm a salesman, but I'm not trying to sell them. I'm trying to help them. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing that actually, in some ways, makes it a lot easier, I think, when you're talking about it, because most, it sounds weird when you're saying, look, it can cure basically all the problems you've got if you give it
right,
enough time.
right,
And then the next thing the person will be waiting for is, all you have to do is buy my course. All you have
right,
to do is buy my this, that, the other. And it's like and that's the whole kind of thing that really helps to convince people that it's something that's legit, is like, and I'm not selling you anything. Just go and buy some meat.
right. All I'm trying to do, man, is just get you to watch a YouTube video. Like, I'm out here saving lives. Like, I've watched thousands of videos. That's the coolest part about all of this, is like the way my brain works now is I'm so plugged in. Like, if somebody has a question, I know exactly where the answer is if I don't even know what the answer is off the top of my head. So it's like, I know where to find it. And 99% of the time, I already know the answer because I've done the 2,000, 3,000 hours of watching videos. Um, so it's like, I do this for free because I don't, I've been there. I've felt this. I've destroyed my own life to a certain point. I have one child that barely speaks to me because she thinks that I chose alcohol. Like, no, I didn't. I was poisoned. I didn't realize what the problem was. I'm still getting blamed. I'm still working on trying to get out of that doghouse. But I mean, I made my own bed, so I am lying in it, and I get that. But I have gone from, over the last 3 years, a flat out zero to a hero, is how I feel. Like, and I'm not trying to brag. I'm not perfect, but man, am I trying. I am trying. I want to know it all, when it comes to diet, nutrition. I want to save everyone that'll hear me. If I have a chance and you're going to give me 5 minutes, I can change your life. I can guarantee it. If you give me 5 minutes, I will change your life. That's how I feel. And I'll never stop that feeling inside me.
Mm. So if you got the moment to speak to someone, you recommend the video, and then they
Yeah.
come back to you and they say, "Look, this is amazing.
Right.
I've completely new view on things. What do I do now?" What
Yeah.
would you tell them? What would the next steps be?
Okay, so then after that, basically, it's like you get them onto real food. That's obviously the first step. You got to get them to real food only and make them understand the processed crap is just crap and it's not even food. And you got to get them off the sugar drinks. Oh my God. People drink juices like they're going out of town. They think it's healthy. No, that's just as bad. Like, people don't even realize, like, a big fat dollop of ketchup is like a whole donut worth of sugar. Then you're not even, that's not even including the bread or the fries that are deep fried in the re-roasted seed oil that's over and over and over again, like, just toxins everywhere. You're destroying your gut. Most people don't realize that what it takes 3 days. You got a sugar. It takes 3 days to get past that sugar pull or whatever, because your biome, it literally goes, but on the third day it's maxing out. It's going, no, I need you, I need you, I need you. But if you just skip right over that third day, it's like everything starts to ease out, and it's like, oh, your taste buds start to change, everything like that. You get out of that sweet and you start getting into the savory, and now you're like, meat. Like now it's like I think about that and I'm just like, give me a ribeye. But okay, so normally what I would do is I try to get them to understand the next is the sugar. So yes, you're eating real food now, but did you know, all this modified fruit that we have from like, it's like 6 times the glycemic index is our fruit from the 1900s. None of this is recognizable. It's not the same. You eat an apple, it's like literally a ball of sugar, you know? So it's like, it's not what we used to have even as apples. But then one thing I try to point out is like, think about it like this. If you were to walk out in the woods, how would you survive? You can't eat plants, you would die, literally. You would sit there and you'd go try to find a stream, you'd go try to find some fish, or you'd try to make a trap, and you'd be able to last a few days because that's how a natural fadaptation, ketosis, fasting state works. It's you're supposed to be able to go time and not be starving all the time. So it's like you have this time to be able to go catch this animal, right? And they're like, yeah, okay. So then how often are you coming across like a berry or an apple or anything like that that you're actually edible that's a plant? Never. So then how did we evolve? Oh, think about it. You know, you have to go back in time with them to make them understand that like this monocrop agriculture crap is like you don't walk into a freaking grocery store and see just a plethora of vegetables. Try to find that out in the wild. You cannot do it. That's not how we evolved. Period. Once you actually can get them to understand the vegetables are not that good for you, I send them down to usually I'll send people on the if they need the no vegetable route, I'll go to Chaffee on him because he's like plants are trying to kill you. You know, I love him for that. But that route right there, but it's turning the dial down is basically what I try to get him to do. I'm like, I understand it sounds crazy. And I understand, you know, you've been hearing this and learning this and you think you're getting all this nutrients, but you're only actually getting like 10 to 30% of the nutrients from plants, and all of that gas, the bloating, all of your large waste and stinky stuff that's coming out of you is from the plants. Like, but they don't recognize that because they're eating all this processed crap. So it's like, you don't, some people aren't eating vegetables, luckily, and they're just, except they are eating the processed crap. So it's like, you can't win until you actually get them onto real food, at least only. And then once they understand, okay, the carbs, all right, carbs turn to sugar. Okay, sugar should be avoided because that's the only way you can turn off the lock on your fat stores. It's the only way you're able to actually use your own fat as a fuel source. And did you know that your brain and heart work 25% more efficiently in ketosis? And I like try to start plugging the info where it's like, holy moly, okay, this really is something I need to really look at it. So I'm planting seeds all day. Like that's basically what I'm trying to do.
Nice. So Travis, if people want to reach out to you, what's the best way to get in contact? Is that through social media or email?
Uh, I would say I'm the loudest on just my Facebook, Travis White. You'll see a picture of me and my boy. I do have a Twitter. I go by Essential Salt because I'm pretty salty. I throw salt in wounds. You should see me. I hit the diabetic association. I hit their posts and stuff quite a bit. Like, dude, you guys keep lying to people about this my plate stuff, and like, and I sit there and I try to show them proof, stuff like that. But you know, you can only do so much when you got these big organizations and just unbelievable amount of propaganda being thrown down at all of us. Like it nonstop, you hear the fiber lie. It's like, dude, I don't eat fiber and I've never felt better. Like it's undigestible. Anybody with the internet can actually figure this out, but you have to be off of Google and actually searching because Google aims your searches. You got to be off of Facebook is very pointed. You know, you got to be using like Brave or even Twitter and to even or X or whatever now, just to even find the truth nowadays. Like, or literally just follow specific people on YouTube and start learning from the real people who are saving real lives. Like, just for example, you're on Facebook, right? And then you see all these vegan pages, the propaganda crap being thrown, right? Every single one of them, if you go up in their bio, they have something that they're selling. It's a product, it is a meal plan, it is a something. Every single one of them. You join carnivore groups, you don't see none of that. You might see occasional meat snacks, but those are for the people that are just starting out on carnivore that don't know that, snacking is not necessary, but you're kind of like, you're still stuck in that standard American diet fog of, oh, I need snacks all the time. Oh, I always got to be ready for food. No, it just takes time to get there. And trust me, I did the Paleo Valley meat sticks for a little bit at the beginning because I didn't know either. Like, it's like, you don't need to snack when you're on this diet. You literally, your body becomes so loud, and it's able to speak to you so loudly and tell you exactly what it needs when you stop poisoning it. It's so amazing,
Yeah, very well said.
right?
Uh, so, Travis, I'll link to your Facebook and your X in the show notes.
Sure.
Um, Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story and experience. I really appreciate your time.
Man, if I could, anybody who's listening to this, just get the sugar out, man. If you guys are dealing with an addiction, I'm telling you, the pull is coming from that. It is literally that sugar that's always making you crave more and more and more. When you drop that, your other addictions become easy to wash away. It literally just washes away.